So funny story, recently I shadowed a midwife and the whole experience was otherworldly and incredible and just so amazing. But I did something really silly within the first half hour that I was there. So I was feeling very disoriented right away because, a hospital is just huge and the corridors are like a labyrinth and just so confusing. Ultimately, I found HR, I got my little sticker, and then eventually found OB. Fine, so I walked up to the secretary, still feeling a little dazed, and I introduced myself and I said, I'm here to shadow the midwife. Is she in yet? And the secretary looked at me and said, oh, about that, I'm so sorry, but you actually need to go over to the ER because a patient just came in who's bleeding. I felt faint right when I heard this, gripped the counter, and even the secretary started laughing and apologized, and she's like, I am so sorry. And I said, oh no, trial by fire, might as well jump right in with both feet into the water. I mean, I thought I was just gonna be sitting in on, calm, quiet annual exams. Went over to the ER, found the midwife. The patient didn't want me in the room, which, that's fine, I understand. The midwife, when she came out, she shook my hand and introduced herself and instantly proceeded to present the patient to me. I think that she thought I was further along in my educational path than I really am. I mean, I'm at level 0. So she was like, patient is a 36-year-old PSG 10,000, I don't even know, all these numbers and letters. And I was doing that really awkward thing where, you are looking at someone and you don't know what they're saying and you're just smiling and nodding. I think she figured out later how ignorant I actually was. And then the midwife was like, okay, well, we gotta go find the doctor now, but he's performing a hysterectomy, so follow me. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Again, feeling faint as we're walking into the OR, but ultimately I didn't have to go through those little doors. She put on her, bunny suit and she went in. We went back to the ER, and then I was just gonna sit at the nurse's station, but the midwife said, no, I don't want you to be bored, so actually, why don't you come into the room here? Come into here. So I walked into a room that was full of seated nurses, and there was a patient on the bed holding a baby. And I went up to her, shook her hand, introduced myself, and said, thank you so much for letting me observe. I really, really appreciate it. And then I went and sat in the back corner and kept watching. And as I was watching, I looked back at the patient, and I looked down at her baby, and I realized that her baby was plastic. It was a baby doll. This was a class for nurses, and I had walked in and introduced myself to the actor. So I was just sitting there and cracking up to myself while this class is proceeding, and also started being absolutely horrified because it was all about seizures during labor, and the instructor afterwards was like, did I scare you? And I was like, yes, you did. But anyway, we made it back to OB finally, and the rest of the day was just so beautiful and intense, and no words can really describe it. I will find words later and I'll probably write up a huge long thing, but I just want to share that laugh because yeah, I think I got an F- in terms of observational skills, not noticing that this woman was holding a doll. I just want to share that story.